We never figured out how to do the super chat thing, Michigi? No? And you can't get the phone back out? This thing? Pull it. Huh? Yeah, I know we're on, but I'm just saying, just how do we get this thing back out? Oh shoot! All these equipment don't know how to use it. So how is it supposed to use it if it doesn't stand?
It's supposed to be up top.
Huh?
It's supposed to be up right on top.
What do you mean, like? Okay, well, welcome to another episode of Chilling with Me. It's New Year's. It's been a hell of a first few weeks, not weeks, but a few months out. And yeah, I just want everybody to welcome everybody here. You're tuning in. I know my schedule is erratic. I mean, the only explanation about it is just I'm just trying to get used to there's not that many hours in the day, and between work and family and trying to do these episodes. Yeah, I know Kepa, if you're talking about Kepa Manu, that's the homie. They got indicted out of Glendale from Town Crip. And they hit him and his co-defendant with a lot of time. He had like 50-something years. And I think in 2019 or 2020, closer to probably 2020, they got their case overturned from the First Step Act and was able to come home. I haven't talked to him since he's been home, but I check out his little posts on YouTube and me and him comment back and forth here and there. But yeah, that's the homie. You know, like with their situation, just like, you know, all these situations, they had, you know, a few of their homies testified against them. And these guys are all related, you know, cousins, in-laws, whatever. You know, a lot of polys, when you dig deep, they're somehow related through marriage or whatever. And, you know, when they hit the Atwater, Kepa, call him Cat, Scope, Easy, Nice, Nicer. You know, when I had a conversation, I was like, hey, man, you know, we check paperwork over here. So if one of your homies come over here and he's foul, it don't matter if he's a cousin or brother-in-law or whatever. That shit ain't cool. Like, if you guys read his case, like one of the homies got Nice's little brother killed. He came to testify against the homie in court, and the homie tried to run up on him with a pencil or a knife. I mean, not a knife, but a pencil or a pen. And the marshal shot him 7 times, dead in the courtroom out here in Salt Lake City, in Tina Campbell's courtroom. We was on Atwater when that news came. And his rest in peace. You know, I don't know the homie's name. You know, the one that got murked, but yeah. Whew. Happy New Year's, everybody. You know, I hope you guys had a good New Year. I can't believe it's 2023. You know, when I first fell was 1998. Throw Meskin, 88. What do you think about Pooh Shiti, the rapper?
Shiesty.
Was that Shasty?
Shiesty.
The rapper going to USP Victorville with 5 years. Well, I don't know who Pooh is, but, you know, really, it doesn't matter if you're a rapper, if you're a hustler, gangbanger, or drug addict. What's up, Baltimore? It's who you really are. Are you this person that this persona that you try to project, or are you something else? And people's gonna, treat you how who but now I would say, being an actor is hard work. That's why all these people get paid millions and millions of dollars to play roles, different roles. When you're over there behind the wall, you can only keep up the pretense for so long before your true self comes out. So however, and if he's soft, he's gonna get extorted. Especially if people know that he got money. If he ain't about his business, when the first guy jump out there, and he don't do what he's supposed to do about it, it's gonna be a long 5 years. Because in there, it's dog eat dog, man. They don't care who you are, what you've done, how much money you got. None of that matters. At the end of the day, it's about what kind of man you are. What are you willing to do to ensure your safety and that you're able to do your time the way you want to do your time. And if you ain't up to par, you're gonna get exposed. And that's just the way it goes, man. You see little guys in there smaller than me that have respect from other inmates, from other convicts, from other gangsters. And then you see big ass dudes that people treat like a little bitch. Mark Bowden. Yeah, I have a Cash App. I don't know how.
Leave it in the comment.
Huh? My wife's gonna put it in the comment. Yeah, I get frustrated sometimes because when I look at these phones and it's like foreign to me. The most famous person I've done time with, are we talking about like celebrity? I haven't really run into any celebrity, but we had a guy that was in Lompoc. Everybody call him the governor. He used to fly dope for Pablo Escobar. He was in the military, and he started transporting dope from Colombia to America. And he wasn't just a celebrity. We don't really look at people like, oh, that's a celebrity or whatever. But, in our lifestyle, in the life we live, flying freaking thousands of keys from Colombia to the United States is kind of a big deal. He had a life sentence. But, man, I wish I could recall his name. If anybody was in Lompoc with me, man, hit me up. Let me know what the homie's name was. They call it Governor. The one who used to fly the dope for the Colombian cartels to America. Kenny Park, what's up? Cambodia Town, Long Beach, California. Okay. There's a lot of TRGs out that way, homie. Much love to all the Khmer down there. All day. A few people asked me, like, if I could speak on what, back in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, where the Mexicans had the green light on the Cambodians out there in California. Now, I don't know the whole story because I was still a youngster. But from the bit and piece, but when I went to Lompoc, there's a big homie, T-Bone from Modesto Hit Squad. He kind of broke it down to me a little bit. When they first went into the pen in California, California's all Mexicans. The Black Hand and Serranos, they all run that yard. And they was like, hey, they were trying to have the homies pay tax, pay dues, because you're on their yard. But the homie refused. This from him telling me, because like I said, I don't know anything about it, But he was like, hey, Kenny Park, I'm the last person to try to tell you guys out there, the TRG, the ABZ, and all the rest of the Asian gangs throughout California and and across the United States. I'm the last person to ever that's gonna try to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But let's keep this in mind right here. I've been on the yard with AB. I've been on the yard with TRGs. I've been on the yard with fools from Modesto Hit Squad and every other Asian gang, OBS, all the way down the line. And all of them funk on the street. But we're all kicking it in the freaking prison. Think about that. So what are you gonna do out here right now on the streets? You're gonna go shoot each other up, you're gonna go murk each other, catch a freaking case, but then when you get locked up, you're gonna talk about, oh man, we Asian, we gotta stick together because we outnumbered by the blacks and the Mexicans and the whites. So if you're gonna sit in the fucking jail, in the prison, kicking it, then you know it's possible. So why aren't you out here kicking it too? So here, let me put it to you another way like this, just to keep it all the way real. So if you're beefing, let's just, for example, we'll just use the TRG and the ABZ. You guys funk on the street. You guys trying to murk each other. You come to the jail. And now because Asian Islanders, whatever, run together, now you're kicking it. You're not stabbing each other. You're eating at the same table. You're watching the same TV. So here's the question. Does that make you a buster? Because your homie out here still putting in work, but you in jail kicking it. So are you a buster? Now, if you don't feel like you a buster, then why aren't you calling home, letting the homies on the street know that, hey, man, we kick in here, we have each other's back in here, we rely on each other for our survival. So if you're kicking with somebody from the op, break bread with them, eat with them, live in the same freaking cell with them. So when you come home, what? You're gonna go back to the other side of your neighborhood and talk about fuck them? You know me, when I was beefing with the people I was beefing with, every time I caught them in the county jail, I broke them off. But these other dudes that come in there from whatever gang, I'm not gonna, put motherfuckers out there or anything like that, but you gangbanging on the street, but you sitting at the table with me. So why are you sitting in here with your opposition and not trying to murk him, but instead having spreads, watching TV, goofing and laughing and stuff? But what do you do calling home? You still telling your homeboys to go murk their homies while you in here kicking it with this dude? I don't know what's in, I'm not here to disparage anybody's character or hood or anything like that. My point is, like, if we're able to be in this environment where we can't escape, can't go nowhere, and get along, and the dudes that are in the penitentiary, most of them are in a position of respect from their homies. So why are they not taking that responsibility on and passing that message out to the street? Like, man, we kick it in here. We depend on each other to survive in here. Because if you're my friend in the penitentiary and you come home and now you're like, oh, fuck him, he's from so-and-so, this and that, then I ain't got nothing but one word for you. You's a fake-ass buster. That's a few words, but it all means the same thing. I mean, we only have, for Miss Teardrop, sharing the cell is just you and your bunkie. It's all two-man cells or single-man cells. But, through the course of my time, I've had plenty of different cellies because I've been transferred to a few different prisons. And my cellies been, they cellies for a few months. They go to a lower, security level or whatever. Throwing on. They're saying, "Mom, homies, you did time with." Yeah, I got a real good homie, Ko Santorin. He's me and Ramon out of Cali. When I was in Florence, I got jumped by a Tongan dude from Frisco and a Laos dude from Kansas City, because these dudes were sitting there foul, and they knew that I was plotting on them. I was planning on cleaning up the yard, so they caught me in the kitchen and jumped me. Now, from everybody else's perspective, they said I won. I mean, it was 2-on-1, and I didn't get stomped out, so I guess that's a victory in itself. But the homie KO, the Hmong homie, you know, the next day, we went and hollered at the Punjabi. I mean, he's from India. Like, Laos people call him Punjabi. That put the hit on me and smashed dude all the way out in the kitchen. You know, he got sent to, was it the special management unit? Somebody corrected me because I said monitoring, but it's a management unit. He went to Smooth. But I sent him some pictures when I got out, and I haven't heard back from him, but I got all his information and stuff. He's out of Cali. Throw Mexican. Is it true that Terre Haute is a dropout unit now? Yeah, Terre Haute's a dropout unit. But let me emphasize that the only people that recognize it as a dropout unit are the Mexicans and the white boys. If you're a white boy on Terre Haute, if you walk that yard over there, don't try to walk on any other yard, because when you come off the bus and the homies on that new compound that you enter ask you where you been, and you tell them Terre Haute, even if you're clean, even your record's clean, they're gonna smash you because you was out there walking around with known rats and sex offenders. You know, the only ones that really don't enforce that law is the blacks in the penitentiary. And, you know, I got, you know, black viewers that view this, and I appreciate you guys' support and comment. But like I said, I'm always going to keep it real with you. Like, through the course of my time, you know, for the reason why the prison is the way it is that a lot of them don't hold their people to that standards that the whites do, that the Mexicans do, that we do, you know.
Alex Romero asks, why don't they check paperwork in the feds?
Okay, somebody asked, why don't we only check paperwork in the feds? Listen, we check paperwork. But the feds now, they have a PSI, pre-sentencing report. That shows you your case, whatever deal you took, everything. But now the feds, they don't let you have that no more. If you have that, they'll lock you up. You know, like the homie Roscoe, he's from St. Louis, white boy. I fuck with him over there in Florence. He had my paperwork. I was showing him my case, you know, because we were talking about something or whatever. But he had it in his cell, and we forgot all about it. So when we had a shakedown, and he seen my paperwork with my name in it in his cell, oh, they try to lock him up for it. Like, you know, they're doing that they're trying to protect all these fucking boys because they're tired of the control that convicts have over the penitentiary. Because if you got a yard full of solid dudes, then the CEO really can't just run up on you and do whatever they want. So, does the federal system try and send solid dudes to drop out units just to try to damage? All the time. Here's the rules. Like I said, you know, of all the races, the two races that go the hardest when it comes to that stuff, whether you like them or not, it's the white boys and the Native Americans. You know, Native Americans, I think for the fact that they just want to chop each other up because they can't get along because they have so many different tribes. If you're Native and you hit the feds, man, your paperwork better be up to par because they will smash you out. The white boy, here's the rules for the white boys. Tucson, Arizona is a dropout yard. When you get shipped to Tucson, Arizona, they put you in the SHU first. You got to wait for a captain's review. And they're going to tell you, hey, we got a lot of sex offenders here. We got a lot of rats here. Here's a waiver that you need to sign promising that you're not going to assault one of these guys. If you put your signature on there and you hit that yard, you better stay on that yard for the rest of your bid. Because if you fuck up over there and you transfer to another compound and the white boys ask you, hey, where'd you just come from? And you say Tucson, Arizona, or one of the Colemans that's a dropout. I think somebody said it was Coleman 2, Terre Haute. They're not even gonna ask why you was there or anything like that. They're just gonna smash you off the bat, homie. And I've seen it. I've been there. I've watched it. You know. And it's like, and not everybody, because you know a lot of times you get sent to a prison that's within your region, and you end up over there. But if you got any family, whatever, and I hope you don't. But if you got any white, you know, if you got, especially if you're white, if you got any family members or friends or whatever that's about to go to these dropout yard, you need to give them the 411 on it because it can be very detrimental to their health. You know.
Miss Trev Drop wanted to know what it's like to have to use the restroom in the cell with the cellmate.
Somebody asked, what is it like to use the bathroom with a cellmate? I mean, you can't hold it forever, so you get over it. But, you know, the penitentiary, you know, just going through the transit, coming in through booking and through all the process, it's designed to break you down. Like, there's no more modesty. I mean, you're trying to hang up a sheet or whatever for a little privacy, but it's there, man. The toilet's right by the bunk. You know, so you just get on the toilet and use the toilet. We both got to do it, so there's no, there's no more modesty in there, man. You know, like, I walk around the house naked all the time. You know, it's just, I'm not even conscious of that. I mean, I'm not walking around my cell naked or anything like that, but it's just, you know, the modesty's been freaking, it's gone. You know, a lot of hangups that you might have out here, you know, after so many years being accustomed to the treatment that we've been through, you don't have any room for that stuff anymore. It's just whatever. Because, you know, when you're locked up, any guard, and when I say any guard, can come down and say, hey, I want a strip search. And can make you come out of all your clothes, you know, put your hand up, look under your armpits, pull up your weenie, pull up your nut sack, turn around, spread your butt cheeks and cough. Like literally, they can say that. Al Coral, what's up, bro? What's the wildest USP I've been in? It's gotta be Bloody Beaumont. But all of them is like tier 1, and then Beaumont is like tier 1.2. You know, but they're all like that. They said, what's the one thing I could, from Pressa 604, what is the one thing you wish you could tell your younger self or someone going down the same path as you? Man, what are you signing up for? Here's the thing you have to question. If you're a person that, we'll just say down, that really believes in the cause and that loves your homie and love your friend, you ask yourself, do these people really love you back the way you love them? You're willing to give your freedom, your life to them. Are they willing to do the same for you? You know, like I said, I'm not here to tell you what kind of life you should live. I'm just here to let you know what you're signing up for. And before you sign up for it, to fully understand what's down the road for you. If you feel that's worth it, you feeling you willing to pay that sacrifice, that price, make that sacrifice, pay that price for whatever accolades, for every monetary, value that you're gonna receive or whatever. That's on you, man. But for me now, if you're gonna commit yourself, give yourself to something, man, give it to the people that love you back. And that's not just saying it's just family or friends. 'Cause like I tell you, don't have friends if you can't count them amongst your family. But if you're gonna give yourself to something, give it to the people that are deserving of it. Especially if you're the kind of person that's gonna give everything. If you're gonna give everything, then don't accept anything less in return. Because if you do, you're selling yourself short. What Throw Mexican 88. What was the feeling pulling up in a USP, and which USP did you feel the most nervous pulling up to? Thoughts and feelings. Before I went to the penitentiary, you've seen all the prison movies. And when the first one has got to be Lompoc, because that's the first penitentiary I went to. And when you pull up to Lompoc, it's got a big ass sign that says The New Rock. And when you look at the prison, it's all busted. It's old. It's just bars. The paint's peeled off the building. And you're just like, for me, it's just like, damn. I didn't know you get shipped around to different penitentiaries and stuff when I first went there. But you're just like, damn, man. I'm going to be spending like the next 2 decades. I might die here. I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. So, yeah, you get the butterflies and you get that. But, after I was there, everywhere else just another yard. Especially because I've already known people, and I know every yard I hit, there's going to be somebody there I know, and I already know the routine. So all the other yards I hit, like when I was going to Bloody Beaumont, there was dudes on the bus and like, man, we're going to Bloody Beaumont. Man, it's crazy over there, this and that. For me, it's penitentiary. It's the same thing. I got over my jitters after I went to Lompoc. But yeah, Lompoc, because it was new, because it was unknown. Damon Dillion, how much and respect to, what did he say? Much love and respect from Texas, homie. Love your video. Keep coming. Man, I got a lot of good homies out there from Texas. They're all from the MA and the Syndicate. Much love to you guys out there. I got the homie Andrew Castro from Dallas. If his family's ever watching or whatever, man, much love to him. Castro's a good dude, man. What's good, big bro? Did you do time with any OLGs? And was there any friction? Was it all understanding? I ran into a few of them in the county jail, and to be honest, I busted all their heads. I was gangbanging. The whole time I was in the penitentiary, I was kind of trying to catch them. And there's not too many of them that came in the USP, but out here doing time in the county jail, yeah, every chance I got, I was breaking them off. Because, I wasn't trying to be out here trying to kill them and then be in there eating with them. I wasn't doing that. A couple of them came through and they were like, hey, man, we're all Asian. We should get along. I'm like, nah, homie. I'm trying to murk you in your hood and everything else. But, just to emphasize, I moved away from all that. Like, since I've been home, I ran to a few of them. Lazy, Kun, all them. And it's love. Like, a lot of shit that we were beefing back then over, we don't even know. It was pride, ego, dumb kid shit. And it cost us our friends' lives. It cost us our freedom. But just to answer your question, I didn't do time with any of them. When any of them hit the yard, but I never ran to them in the feds. Before I left Florence, I ran into one. But he was like, hey, I don't gangbang no more. I got 5 kids. I'm only here for a gun. I'm only doing 7 years. You know, I just went through and checked his paperwork to make sure it was straight. I told him exactly how I felt about him and gave him an opportunity to lock up in the cell with me. But he was like, nah, we cool. And I respected that and moved on. But when I first fell in the county, and you can ask them, I'm from out here. Every chance I got. Okay, you got you. I know how they get down in the streets, so only imagine how it was. Yeah, we was at war for a long time out here. You know, we got a lot of people that lost their lives. And yeah, I still get mixed feelings because, like the people out here, they've had an opportunity to progress, had family, and moved on. You know, my brain's been pickled for the last 20 years. I've just been stuck in an environment where we're still with the bullshit. You know, and I was able to evolve just as far as educating myself, reading and everything, and understanding the world and how it works. And I come to realize, man, we out here killing each other for crumbs. You know, the politics out here, they got us at each other's throat. Why they looting? Why they robbing us blind with a pen? They're not using no gun to rob us. They're using a pen. They're using the legislation, the laws. But we're so ignorant, we never pull our head out of the sand and realize that we are not the enemy. You know, when you go through history and look at the makeup of America, neighborhoods and stuff, it's all by design to keep people in certain places and sections. But maybe that's for another episode, you know. Derek Castro, he's asking me to do an episode about my very first day in the penitentiary. Yeah, you know, like anything you guys want to know, anything you guys are curious about, man, hit me up and I'll do my best to oblige because I'm just trying to take you guys through my journey. I don't know what you're interested in. And so sometimes, you know, my episode, I'm just all over the place. But yeah, anything you guys want to know, man, we'll get a list together because I got 23 years and 8 months in. So there's a lot of stuff. You know, like I said, there's some stuff that I might not be able to share with you out of respect for some people involved in ongoing cases. But the rest of that, man, I'm good. What's up, Slim? Okay, to all the DC homie, much love to you. You know, R.I.P. Mario. I got a homie that just came out of Pollock. He was in INS. You know, Mario was with me in Atwater. He was a good homie. We had a cell phone, and I gave the chip to one of the dudes in his block, DC dude in his block, to use it. And then something happened. A few people went to the shoe or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know who have it, or whatnot." So I went and hollered at Mario. I said, "Hey, Mario, man, I sent a chip over there to your unit." The next move, Mario had the chip, brought me the chip. Say, "Hey, man, you know some of these fucking dudes are goofy. You can't just loan your shit to anybody and everybody." But Mario straight up. Rest in peace to him. Reverend Crawford, I feel currently in my life that I am in a certain place. I have been traumatic stress disorder, and listen to your stories about being in jail helps me. Thank you. You know, you gotta get your GED, homie. No matter how smart you are, no matter your capabilities, we have all these gatekeepers that are not gonna allow you through the doors unless you have the right credential. But, you know, we have to continue every day to work on ourselves because well, spending time in prison, it screws you up. Mentally, it fucks you up. And if you don't have the support system in the street with your family, your friends, and the people around you to help you out, it's gonna be hard. But at the end of the day, you can do it because you know what needs to be done, and you just have to make a commitment and do it.
Somebody wants to know about FTC Oklahoma.
What happened to Mario? He got killed by a guy from Tennessee. I'm not sure the exact story, but I'm privy to the information because my homie just got out, was there with them, and they were all good friends. And when he got out of the INS, we just talked for a hot second. And he was like, "Man, remember Mario? Man, he got into it and got killed by another black dude from Tennessee." But I'll find out and I'll share that with you guys. Damon Dillon, man, thank you. I'm grateful that you enjoy the content. Yeah, I know Jackson. I'm familiar with him. It's been a long time, but I was just talking to Bryson earlier about I don't think it was Jackson that we were talking about. What was his name, baby? Um, Man, I've been Spinal. You got a skull on your. I know the name, brother, but I need to see the face. I recognize face better than name because everybody you go through and you get a lot of people that have the same nickname. But if I see your face, I'm positive I remember you, man.
Hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah, hit me up on Facebook, man. Send me photos of yourself and your family, homie. Yeah. And if you was there in 2A, you know how I get down. What year was you over there, Spinal? In 2A. I had the poker table in 2A. And Spinal will tell you, every day after 4 o'clock, I'm cooking it up. And we, whether it's pork, steaks, chicken, whatever. We got, Beto and a couple of other Serenios, they work in the kitchen. When we come off the yard, and I'm telling you, they got a mop bucket. The mop bucket, the yellow mop bucket, full of meat, full of whatever it is that we're trying to get, whatever it is they can bring out, they bring it, and we cooking it up. Yeah, I have an email. It's is it Rith Mesa?
77
Yeah, Rith Mesa 77 at gmail.com. That's RITHMESA 77 at gmail.com. Man, hit me up, man. I'm not really, when I get into the email, I kind of get lost or whatever, but I'm learning, and I promise I try to correspond with everybody. Jonathan Cody is asking me talk about PTSD and what still gets you on edge. I did 5 years in the public gathering, and loud noises still makes my heart pound. Anxiety. I don't know how to address that because I don't know really what I'm suffering. But it's just like, yeah, sometimes, when I'm around a lot of people, I'm just like, it's been Christmas and New Year's. So when we went shopping and stuff, it's just chaos. A lot of people everywhere. And I was just like, yeah, it's just, I'm not accustomed to having those, all those people around. But, like my wife said, when I sleep, I'd be I'd be hitting something and I'd be smacking it, Sorry. But I think it's more just like, for me, it's just, the dreams. Sometimes I still have a lot of dreams that I'm still in prison. And I'm like, hey, why am I here? I should supposed to have been home already. And, you know, because, you know, sometimes when you're in a dream, it seems really real. And you're just like, no, my wife is waiting for me. I'm not supposed to be here no more. I'm done with my time. And so I get frustrated that I still have those dreams, to not allow those dreams to affect me. You know, but for the most part, you know, FTC, Oklahoma. If you're talking about a transit center, you know, when you leave this, you know, when you leave the state, your state that you're in, and on your way to prison, they either take you to Pahrump, El Reno, or Oklahoma City. And it's just, you know, it's just herding cattle, man. We're all a bunch of cattle going through the process. You know, I've never had a bad experience with Con Air other than motion sickness. When I flew up from Utah going to Oklahoma, we went and stopped in Arizona, and it was during the end of the summer. So when you land in Arizona, it was really hot. Like, I was able to make it from Utah to Arizona, but sitting in Con Air, waiting for them to board, you know, whatever inmates they were picking up, and the heat. And when that plane started taking back off, man, I was puking my guts up. So, yeah. I don't. Well, I haven't got on a plane since that. Well, I didn't get. Okay, let's go back to the PTSD. And when I flew to Colorado out here, going to Thanksgiving to my in-laws out in Denver, I was good. But when I was coming back, you know, I was in a window. You know, when you're on Southwest, right? The Southwest Airlines, babe. When you're on Southwest Airlines, it's small, it's compact. Like, the last 30 minutes of the flight, I almost had a breakdown. You know, and I was just like, I was tense. I don't know what triggered it, you know, and it's just, you know, it's, with all these things, you don't know what triggers it, so you don't really know what to expect and what to look out for. But yeah, I almost had like but I mean, I just sat there quiet, you know, because there's nothing I could do. But I was just so anxious to get off the freaking plane because I was just such in a confined space, and it was not a very good experience. So for those people that suffer these things, man, I feel for you, and I only have a glimpse of what it's like, but it was not a very positive experience. Yeah, the Con Air, they land in airport, but just like a little section of their own. They don't go through the regular airport. You know, the airport is huge. But Oklahoma's got its own airport. You know, you get on the airport and then they have a runway where your feet never touch the ground. You go right into a federal building, get processed, get your shackles taken off, all that stuff. Yeah, I've had a few cross paths with the Midwest Coalition. When we was in Atwater, we got in a riot against the GDs, Midwest. When I was in Beaumont, I was extorting this Hawaiian dude. His name was Kamanaka. And he went and joined the Midwest trying to get away from me. So there was an incident where I got surrounded by all the Midwest. And I didn't share that story with you guys in the Beaumont, really, because it was just, I was just going through it, and there's just some things just, it was, I don't know, just, I didn't want to put the homie out there like I just did already, you know, but my favorite book I read a lot, but you know, when I first went to Lompoc, my friend, we became friends, named Mike Wilson. He was the head of the BGF, Black Guerrilla Family out of Oakland. I used to work out with him every morning, and he would introduce me to literature because, you know, the Black Gorilla family, they're more militant minded. You know, these aren't just goofy ass dudes running around doing whatever they're doing. They're educated individuals. And the books that I enjoy reading just because of the lifestyle that I live and the environment that I was in was called Art of War by Mao Tse-tung. And you have to understand all the politicians, all these people in power, they've all studied these things. Machiavelli the Prince, Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, and on down the list. And one of the most the business book that I enjoyed is Rich Dad Poor Dad by some Hawaiian dude out of Hawaii. And I enjoyed those books because I told my homeboys about those books when I was in there, and they read it and they're applying it right now in real time, buying properties and doing whatever they're doing. Cal 038. Yeah. What's up, homie? They know. Atwater, we check paperwork, home. Like I said, we're not right 100% of the time. I'm sure there's a few people that's come through, slipped through the cracks, that we weren't able to get the information that we need. For the most part, I tell everybody that come off the bus, I say, hey, you know what you've done. You know if you're good or not. If you're not good, don't be here in the morning. Because if you stay pretending like you're good and we find out later that you're not, we're going to get offended like we just a bunch of suckers that you're just going to kick back even though you know you're foul, Throw Mexican so y'all can work out with Mexican Mafia, BGF, or any gang. How is that possible? Just curious. Hold on. Me, personally, I can work out, kick it, eat it with anybody I want. Sorry. I'm still getting over a little cough. Sorry. When I was in law, I'm not Mexican, I'm not black, and I'm not white. And the racial tension, sorry, hold on. Damn it. Yeah, cough drop, baby. But the racial tension is amongst those groups, For me, I'm Asian, so I'm not really in the category where everybody hates me. Or that I hate them. One of my good friends was Topo. He was a black hand. I used to play handball with him every Friday or Saturday. And if he ever... He's home now. He jumped off the... Sorry. It was a story I just heard. Damn it. Let me breathe. He jumped off the ride out there in Victorville. Yeah, but he's home now. And damn. And if he ever gets, exposed to my YouTube, man, much love and respect, big homie. I used to kick it with him. We used to play handball together all the time. I used to work out with Mike Wilson, the BGF. Somehow they took a liking to me. I was just a kid, and all these OGs embraced me and took me under their wing and pretty much educated me. I didn't hang around with dudes my age, because we was on some goofy time. But a lot of these old heads, for some reason, they liked the way I carried myself, and they embraced me. He said, shout out to you, babe. He said, shout out to your wife for riding with you. So I was brought up by men, gangsters that were respected and did what they were supposed to do. And, I've been there since I was a kid. So really, at the end of the day, these are the people that educated me. Real men. And I did my best to, for one, to be worthy of their friendship, and two, to live up to their standards. You know. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna find something. I got COVID back before Thanksgiving, and for somehow I haven't been able, breathe right since then, man, and it just pisses me off that I can't freaking shake this shit. Yeah, and that's the same saying, real recognize real, but people just throw it out there all the time, the homie Flea, he was Vice Lord General out in Lompoc. Again, on Sundays, I used to go work out. He had the yard for the Vice Lords. And I used to go out there and work out with him. I've been fortunate through the course of my times that I've been around and been in the circles and been embraced by these men. Through my time, I had access to everything on the yard. Because I don't play any games. I've never lied to anybody. I like to say that the only people lie are cowards and douchebags. I'm not a douchebag, and I'm not a coward. So why would I lie? You don't lie if you're afraid of of what the other person think or feel about what you're saying. And I made up my mind when I went to the prison that I'm gonna do me, man. And whatever comes with that, I was gonna deal with it. King Tone, I'm not sure, and I don't want to just say, just speak out my mouth. When I was in Lompoc, I was with Trigger, I was with Gano. There's a few others. In the next couple of days, I'm gonna tell you a story, another Latin King story about Kano. I don't know his rankings or anything like that, but he was a good friend of mine when we was in Atwater, and funny motherfucker, but a serious individual when it comes to it. Right now, I just left Pep, Latin King named Pep. Like I said, I don't know their rankings, whatever, and the homie L. I used to play handball with L when I just left Florence, and yeah, he used to whoop on me, but yeah, he had the yard for the Latin Kings out there in Florence. Good homie. What it do, bit? Corner IZ, no joke. Knocked me down for COVID. Yeah. Yeah, people keep asking me if I ever met Unique Mecca. Yeah, I know him. I'm not gonna go as far as say that we were friends or whatever, but I've worked out with them on the yard. They're out there doing their burpees and whatever, and I interact with everybody, man. I got homies with swastikas. I got BGF's homie, Crips homie, Blood homie, Midwest homies. We do business, and we're men. We conduct ourselves. We get along, but everybody understand. Like if there's funk, whatever, then it's what it is. But when you build rapport with other individuals, and a dispute comes between your car and their car, out of respect, you're able to talk it out. And for the most part of my bid, I've always gotten along with everybody. And the only time that I've gotten into stuff is when it's like spare the moment shit where shit just blew up. And when things just blow up, you gotta react. You gotta react until the smoke is clear, then you're able to talk about it, talk through, you know. Dragon fruit, lime, lemon, passion, fruit, hot tea. Baby, you writing this down? They say that's what's gonna help me get. You know what? I'm gonna try it, man. Like shit. I'm tired of this freaking cough. I got this freaking chronic cough now, and it's pissing me off. Man, thank you guys so much for all these information because my dumb ass is still smoking the vape, you know. But yeah, you know the story about me smashing the cops. If I regret anything, that's one of the things I do regret because it was. I got a lot of time for it, and I don't hit him one time. But for him personally, fuck him. He was a piece of shit. But but they broke me off on that one though. Thank you. Atlanta is not a USP anymore. They changed that to an FCI. It used to be a USP back in the days. Yeah, a lot of these CEOs that work, they start feeling like, you know, they're better than you. I mean, whatever, but there's no, yeah, we're convicts, we're prisoners. We're already down. We're already fucked up, we're locked up. So there's no reason to kick us while we're down. And a lot of them just don't understand that. And they feel like because they got that badge, they got that uniform, that they're untouchable. But when I get through Atwater, Spinal will tell you, a couple homies that's been there that comments on the video, they'll tell you, man, the homie punishes them. You know, because they want to jump out there instead of being respectful. You know, people that's done time with me, they know I'm respectful because there's no reason not to be. You know. Adam Workman, when I was just at Victorville 2021, they tried to kill a CO in the office in 4B. I think it was, we were on lockdown 90 days, something. You know, like another story, but I was there, that happened in Atwater before I got there. They had two Latin King that took a CO hostage in his office. And they said they were like smoking all his cigarettes and ordering pizza and stuff. But I think the reason they were doing that because they were trying to get back to the East Coast. They didn't want to be out there in California. So they kidnapped, the CO they kidnapped was Larson. His name was Larson. They had his ass in hemmed up in the office. They had to negotiate for his release. They didn't hurt him or anything, but I'm pretty sure he was a little scared from the experience. Man, I can't do any type of marijuana or any type of that stuff. Levin Crawford, I wish I could. And it's fucked up because, you know, weed is a natural plant. And it's been studied that it helps you with PTSD and other conditions. Like, I'm not the kind of person to sit here and cry to you about all of the problems and all the stuff that's going on in my head. But it's just common sense that you can't be in a freaking box for 2 decades and not have any effect, lingering effect. Yeah, I've locked up. I mean, like I said, Latin folks, Latin kings, when they get in there, they all kind of blend together because they all like have like a coalition. You know, there's even a coalition where it's Latin kings, vice lords, and GDs. I don't really get into their politics because I don't really know their politics. But again, let me emphasize that to all the homies out there in the street. All these dudes that try to kill each other on the streets, the Bloods, the Crips, the Kings and the GDs. You know, if anybody know the Kings and the war, the rivalries is not really Vice Lords and GDs. It's GDs and Latin King. Oh, baby. But in there, you know, the Latin Kings and the GDs, they have a coalition. So again, if all these gangs, the Vice Lords, GDs, Latin Kings, Disciples, Peace Stones, if all you guys are able to hang out and kick it and have a coalition where you guys gonna have each other's back when you go to war with somebody else, why are you not relaying that message to your homies out in the streets? Why are you not feel that you have an obligation and a responsibility to spare your homies the life that you're living, the life that you're suffering now? You know, if you go to my Facebook, you see my little homeboy Daniel, my little brother Daniel, did a post for me, and I posted on my Facebook, said, "Don't call yourself a big bro if you're leading the homies your young homies to the grave and to the prison." And that's facts, man. If you really love the next generation, if you really love your brothers and the people around you, shouldn't you really feel an obligation and a responsibility to, if not teach them right, but to spare them the heartache and the hard lessons that you have to yourself learn? You know, I get adamant about that because it pisses me off. You know, these dudes that come home from prison with their tattoos and working out on their weights and whatever, act like that's the fucking place to be, like it's cool or something. Now, prison ain't cool, homie. Ain't a fucking thing cool about it. Who the fuck wants to be 45 years old like I am now and is just barely trying to get their life back together? I'm supposed to have kids already. I'm supposed to be freaking expecting grandkids. But here I am, working a part-time job for fucking minimum pay, hard labor, it's just, on parole, can't do my life is not mine right now. The federal government still controls my life. So, yeah, that's why I feel strongly about these subjects, because I don't want my little brother in prison. I don't want my young homies in prison. Especially not for some goofy shit. But yeah, we all need to start feeling a type of responsibility to each other. You know. Oh, this is warm? It's not hot or cold, it's warm.
He doesn't like hot. I put ice in it.
It was hot, but I can't drink hot. My tongue gets burnt up real quick, so my wife put some ice on it so I can be able to drink it. But yeah, man, for all you viewers if you're viewing this stuff, man, just subscribe. It's free. Like one of the homies that comment on there is like, hit the like button. It's free, damn it. But man, like all the time, I'm grateful for your guys' support, for your love, and really, what I'm out here trying to do really is hopefully my message gets through. Not just the youngsters, but the people that's my age, the people that's come back home that are now in position of respect within their respective hood. To you, you've been there. You suffered in there. Remember all the pain in there. Remember all them late nights you stayed up dreaming about the world, what your life could have been. Remember all the things that you missed while your ass was sitting in that freaking cell rotting away. Remember that shit. And spread the message that this ain't for you. Don't lead your homie to experience that. Spare your people that shit. If you're somebody they respect, somebody they love, they'll hear it, man. I'm really adamant about that. I don't want my worst enemy having to go through the things that I've gone through. Having to sit there in a freaking box for 2 decades, wondering if you're gonna make it out alive or not. We should have a responsibility. We should feel like we have an obligation to spare our homies, our family, our friends this atrocity that they call USP. You know? I got merch coming next week. I have videos. Where's my phone, baby? Again, big shout to Al for plugging me, man, for reaching out to me. Since I've been communicating back and forth with Al, is all love and respect. We just had to go back and forth to get all the details of everything's right. So when I present it to you, it's perfect. And Al and his people, they've done a great job, and it's already printed up. Like, you know, what is on my video where you can see the things that he sent. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's not working out.
Shut it off.
Oh, I should. See, I still don't even know how to work the freaking phone. Oh, that is my phone. Oh. But show him the video. Yeah.
Which one?
It's just like, okay, let's see if you can see that. See that? It's already printed up. You know, it's the black one. These are the white tees. You know, Al's over there hooking this stuff up, man. And where's the video? He has a video. You know, this one's got a canary, a skull munching a canary. I don't think he made it where you can see it. Oh, let's see. No, but see? Oh, we gotta go to the BMA account. This is my BMA brand. I've been communicating with Al from Pro Say Apparel, and his company's been hooking it up. Here's the. Let me share this with you if I can. That's the hoodie.
Over there.
Oh, that's the white hoodie. You know, so yeah, it's coming. They're done. They're just printing it up now. So I'll have it for you. I have the website, but it's not up because I don't want to just have it to be up and then have nothing in there. Oh, and here's what they're making. These are the beanies that they're making. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's dope stuff. I mean, I hope you guys like it. But you know, this is not just something you're wearing. It's not just another brand. It's a mentality. Like I said, the logo was inspired by Thich Quang Duc, Buddhist monk that set himself on fire protesting the atrocity in South Vietnam that the government was doing to the monks in the Buddhist religion. Yeah, there's a few cell phones. I had one when I was in Atwa. I had a cell phone, and I'll take you to the stories and how we got it busted, took it from us because my dumbass homeboy Jay. Yeah, Jay, if you're listening, you should have asked you to listen to me. I told you ass to leave that shit until the snow melt. But here's another T-shirt that we designed. This is it's called Bloody Beaumont. Somebody suggested that we should make a T-shirt called Bloody Beaumont. So really, it's not entirely my idea, but we just elaborate on it. We made it into like a T-shirt tour.
Like a concert
Like
T-shirt.
like a concert tour T-shirt. It's just listing all the places I've been, just to, you know. And I would love and welcome all your guys' support and all your love. And 2003 is our year. I've only been out 4 months, but I'm not so patient. I'm somebody that likes to get things done as far as within my limits, and I'm working hard, man, and I'm inspired by you guys, the viewers. I don't even know you guys from all across the country supporting me. It's so humbling, and I'm determined. I'm determined to make something of this, and I welcome you guys to come and fuck with me, man. You see the comments on the YouTube. There's people that's been around with me in other places. If I'm a buster, man, tell the world. Call me out on it. But I'm not worried about that because I really believe that I've done everything that I'm supposed to do in the way I'm supposed to do it. And I feel like I have a message that the youngsters can receive. That when it comes from me and people like me, that we done our time, that we done things the way we're supposed to do it, but we understand that this ain't really the life that you want to live. This ain't the life I want for you. This ain't the life I want for myself. So, yeah, stay tuned, man. Make a Victimville shirt. Who's gonna wear it? You can't wear it. You try to say yourself as a victim? Come on. Yeah, man, but I know there's other people that's out there that's got channels and doing whatever they're doing, and somebody comment like, hey, why don't you start a beef with these fake ass dudes that's on YouTube and stuff? And I'm not here for that, man. They do them. If you don't like them, if you feel like they're busters, well, don't watch them. I'm not here to speak on anybody else but myself. And I've never made a habit of talking about people behind their back or I don't got to hate a bone in my body, homie. If you're doing something that's positive or whatever and I can support you, man, I want it. If you suck at rapping but you're able to sell records, I'm not going to hate on you because somehow you found a way to get your shit sold and make some money. So hustle on, man. That's with everybody, man. Grind, man. This, like I said, I don't have no hater body. I don't have a hater bone in my body, man. I'm here. It's all love. But if you's a buster, stay away from me. That's it. But the rest of that, it's all love. And I got to get my ass up and go to work. So, as you can probably see, I'm a little tired. But that's what life is, man. Grinding away every day. And just trying to make it. So hopefully I'll have all that stuff. Adam Workman, you was in Victorville. What year was you in Victorville? But like I said, man, I'm just here to do me. I enjoy you guys, and I'm so happy and grateful that you enjoy me. And everybody that knows me, is been anywhere with me, is welcome to leave a comment, whatever it is. Like if I'm out here fabricating, exaggerating, or faking in any type of way, man, call me on it. But I assure you, I'm one of those individuals that have standards. I'm one of them individuals that live my life the way that I believe that I was supposed to, that really value those words, loyalty, honor, respect. And that's not to pat myself on the back or set myself apart from anybody else. Those are just the facts. I have standards. I don't violate kids. I don't violate women. And I don't tell on people. Welcome to the USP. See you guys next time. If I can find the exit button. Ed? What can't I use?
Do it.
Are they still recording while we're
Yes,
doing this? Oh,
Ed.
sorry. Bye. Love you guys.